In an unexpected twist, new footage has surfaced showing Donald Trump's shooter during his school days. This rare glimpse into his past has quickly gone viral, captivating audiences everywhere. The footage reveals a young boy who faced relentless bullying, painting a stark picture of his troubled youth. But that's not all. There's an incident from his past, shrouded in mystery and speculation, which will be uncovered as we delve deeper into this story. The footage. The rally in Butler, Pennsylvania was supposed to be a routine campaign event for former President Donald Trump. Supporters gathered in large numbers, waving flags and wearing red "Make America Great Again" hats. Trump took the stage, his presence electrifying the crowd as he began his speech. But just moments into his address, the unthinkable happened. Shots rang out, and Trump instinctively grabbed his right ear, blood visible on his hand. The crowd erupted in panic, screams filling the air as people ducked for cover. Secret Service agents immediately sprang into action, covering Trump and whisking him off stage. The scene was chaotic, with people running in all directions, unsure of where the shots were coming from. The shooter was soon identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, a resident of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. New footage that has since gone viral shows Crooks lying on his stomach on a rooftop, carefully aiming his rifle. He had longer brown hair and was wearing a gray shirt and khaki pants. The video captures the tense moments as Crooks pinpointed his target from afar before pulling the trigger. As Trump fell to his knees behind the podium, Secret Service agents quickly identified the source of the shots. Within seconds, they returned fire, neutralizing Crooks on the rooftop. The footage shows Crooks's lifeless body, confirming that he was killed by the Secret Service. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, was immediately involved in the investigation. A statement released by the FBI on Sunday confirmed that the firearm used in the shooting was purchased legally. The FBI added that Crooks was not known to them prior to this incident, raising questions about how he managed to carry out such a brazen attack. After the incident that involved Thomas Crooks shooting at Donald Trump, a new footage of Thomas Crooks has been released on the internet, and its content shows a stark contrast between the Crooks, who was a gentle, everyday kid, and Crooks, the shooter. The footage shows a Crooks who was a loner and even got bullied by his classmates at Bethel Park High School. Bethel Park High School, located in the heart of Pennsylvania, is known for its strong academic programs, vibrant extracurricular activities, and a community that prides itself on unity and support. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly idyllic environment, there existed a darker reality for one student, Thomas Crooks. Thomas Crooks was born and raised in Bethel Park, a small town where everyone knew each other. From a young age, Thomas was a bright and curious child, always eager to learn and explore the world around him. His parents, both hard-working individuals, instilled in him the values of kindness, perseverance, and empathy. During his middle school years, Thomas thrived academically and socially. He participated in science fairs, played sports, and had a close-knit group of friends. His teachers often praised him for his intelligence and creativity, and he was well liked by his peers. But everything changed when Thomas entered Bethel Park High School. The transition from middle school to high school can be challenging for many students, but for Thomas, it was particularly difficult. The once confident and outgoing boy began to withdraw, and his bright smile faded. Thomas was always a bit different, but in a good way. He was incredibly smart and had a unique perspective on things. When he first started high school, he seemed excited and ready to take on new challenges. But as time went on, I noticed a change in him. He became quieter, more reserved, and seemed to be carrying a heavy burden. The environment at Bethel Park High School was not always welcoming to those who were different. Thomas's quiet and introverted nature made him an easy target for bullies. The cliques and social hierarchies that often define high school life only served to exacerbate his isolation. High school can be a tough place, especially if you don't fit in with the popular crowd. Thomas was different, and some people just couldn't accept that. They saw him as an easy target and took every opportunity to make his life miserable. It was heartbreaking to watch. The bullying Thomas faced was relentless and pervasive. It wasn't just confined to the hallways, it followed him everywhere he went. In the cafeteria, he often sat alone, trying to avoid the cruel taunts and laughter of his classmates. The isolation and torment took a toll on his mental health, leaving him feeling helpless and alone. Bethel Park High School offered a wide range of extracurricular activities, from sports teams to academic clubs, and many students found a sense of belonging through these programs. However, for Thomas, the bullying overshadowed any positive experiences he might have had. The programs and activities that were meant to shape his character and help him grow became sources of anxiety and fear. Another footage of Thomas Crooks, which was in stark contrast to his final actions, was a footage of him explaining computer programming to his classmates, and in which he looked totally harmless. One notable instance that highlights Crooks's dedication to computer programming is a video found on his high school Facebook page. In this video, Crooks is seen explaining complex coding concepts to another student with remarkable clarity and patience. His ability to break down intricate ideas into understandable understandable terms, showcased not only his expertise, but also his willingness to share his knowledge with others. Thomas Crooks's journey into the world of computer programming began during his high school years, a period marked by both discovery and difficulty. As a student, Crooks was not your typical teenager. While many of his peers were engrossed in sports or social activities, Crooks found himself drawn to the intricate world of coding. His fascination with technology was evident early on, as he spent countless hours in the school's computer lab, often staying long after classes had ended. A video from his graduation ceremony shows him receiving his diploma, wearing glasses and a black graduation gown, and posing with a school official. Some of Crooks's former high school mates have shared their memories of him with various media outlets. Summer Barkley, a former classmate, told the BBC that Crooks was generally nice, knowledgeable about history, and well-liked by teachers. Despite his quiet demeanor, Crooks's actions on that fateful day have left many in shock and disbelief. Crooks's father, Matthew Crooks, 53, spoke briefly to CNN, expressing his confusion and grief. "I intend to speak to the police before talking about my son," he said. "I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on." The family, like many others, is grappling with the aftermath of the incident. Next, we take a deeper look into Thomas Crooks' life to understand why he carried out such actions. The shooter. Thomas Matthew Crooks was born on September 20, 2003, in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, a suburban community known for its middle-class stability. His parents, both licensed professional counselors, provided a home environment that many would consider nurturing and supportive. Despite this seemingly ideal upbringing, Crooks's early life was marked by complexities and contradictions that would later shock the world. From a young age, Crooks exhibited a keen intellect and a natural aptitude for academics. He attended Bethel Park High School, where he quickly distinguished himself as a bright student. His academic prowess was evident in his membership in the National Technical Honor Society, which he joined in 2021 while still a junior. This honor was reserved for students who demonstrated excellence in technical education, and Crooks's inclusion was a testament to his capabilities. The $500 Star Award from the National Math and Science Initiative. This award recognized his exceptional performance in math and science, fields that require not only intelligence but also a disciplined and analytical mind. However, Crooks's academic success was not mirrored in his social life. Classmates and school officials described him as a quiet and reserved individual. This quiet demeanor, coupled with other factors, made him a target for bullying. He was often teased for his body odor and his choice of attire, which included camouflage hunting outfits and surgical masks. These eccentricities set him apart from his peers, making him an easy target for ridicule. Despite the bullying, school records do not indicate any disciplinary incidents involving Crooks. This absence of documented conflicts suggests that he may have internalized his struggles, choosing to remain silent rather than retaliate or seek help. His quiet nature and the lack of outward signs of distress made it difficult for others to understand the depth of his experiences. Crooks's interests extended beyond academics. He was an avid chess player, a game that requires strategic thinking and patience. He also enjoyed video games, a common pastime for many teenagers, but one that provided him with an escape from the realities of his social environment. Additionally, Crooks was learning how to program computers, a skill that aligned with his analytical mind and technical interests. He attended a computer technology program at the Steele Center for Career and Technical Education, further honing his skills in a field that promised a bright future. This program provided him with practical knowledge and experience, preparing him for a career in technology. However, despite his technical skills, Crooks faced challenges in other areas. Some students and graduates from Bethel Park High School alleged that he tried out for the school's rifle team but failed due to poor aim. The Bethel Park School District, however, stated that there is no record of Crooks trying out for the team. After high school, Crooks continued his education at the Community College of Allegheny County, where he pursued an associate degree in engineering science. He graduated with high honors just 2 months before the tragic events that would forever alter his life and legacy. His academic achievements at the community college level further demonstrated his intellectual capabilities and commitment to his education. During this time, Crooks worked as a dietary aide in a local nursing home. According to the nursing home, he passed a background check and performed his job without concern. This employment provided him with a sense of responsibility and a connection to the community, albeit in a limited capacity. He had also been accepted into both the University of Pittsburgh and Robert Morris University, with plans to attend the latter. These acceptances indicated a promising future, one that seemed to be on a positive trajectory. Despite his academic and professional achievements, Crooks's life took a dark turn. His early life and education, marked by both brilliance and social challenges, stand in stark contrast to the violent act he would later commit. Another mysterious thing was his political affiliation before his death and how that could have motivated him to make an attempt on Trump's life. Thomas Matthew Crooks's political activities and affiliations are a perplexing aspect of his life, shrouded in ambiguity and contradictions. As investigators delved into his background, they uncovered a series of actions that paint a complex and often conflicting picture of his political leanings. On January 20th, 2021, at the age of 17, Crooks made a small but notable political gesture. He donated $15 to the Progressive Turnout Project, a liberal voter turnout group, through the Democratic Party donation platform ActBlue. This donation coincided with the inauguration of President Joe Biden, suggesting that Crooks may have been supportive of the new administration at that time. According to the Progressive Turnout Project, Crooks made the donation in response to an email about tuning into the inauguration. However, he was unsubscribed from the group's mailing list in 2022, indicating that his engagement with the organization was short-lived. This early political activity stands in stark contrast to Crooks's later actions. In September 2021, when he turned 18, Crooks registered to vote as a Republican in Pennsylvania. This decision marked a significant shift from his previous donation to a Democratic-leaning group. Crooks's voter registration records show that he voted only once in the 2022 midterm elections. This limited voting history provides little insight into his political views or motivations. Public records and social media offer no further clues about Crooks's political ideology. Authorities have not found any posts, writings, or other forms of communication that indicate his beliefs or affiliations. This lack of evidence has left investigators and the public grappling with the question of what drove Crooks to attempt the assassination of Donald Trump. The conflicting nature of Crooks's political activities has led to widespread speculation and debate. Some former classmates described him as definitely conservative, while others recalled him as a loner with no strong political affiliations. These differing recollections only add to the confusion surrounding Crooks's true political beliefs. One possible explanation for Crooks's seemingly contradictory actions is that he may have been politically ambivalent or disillusioned. His donation to the Progressive Turnout Project and subsequent registration as a Republican could indicate a search for identity and belonging in a polarized political landscape. Alternatively, Crooks's actions may have been driven by personal grievances or mental health issues rather than a coherent political ideology. The FBI's investigation into Crooks's background has uncovered additional details that further complicate the narrative. In the days leading up to the shooting, Crooks conducted a series of troubling searches on his phone and computer. He looked for images and public appearances of prominent political figures, including Trump, President Joe Biden, Attorney General Merrick Garland, FBI Director Christopher A. Wray, and Catherine, Princess of Wales. He also searched for information regarding the Democratic National Convention, major depressive disorder, and the Oxford High School shooting. Authorities found an arrest photograph of Oxford shooter Ethan Crumbley on his phone, raising questions about Crooks' state of mind and potential influences. Despite these findings, Crooks' motive for the assassination attempt remains elusive. Authorities have not determined whether his actions were politically motivated or driven by other factors. The lack of clear evidence has left many questions unanswered and fueled speculation about the true nature of Crooks's political activities. The story of Thomas Matthew Crooks serves as a stark reminder of the complexities and contradictions that can exist within an individual's political beliefs. It highlights the challenges of understanding the motivations behind acts of violence and the potential for seemingly ordinary individuals to become radicalized. As the investigation continues, another thing that has come to light are his social media activities on the internet just before the shooting. One of the first pieces of misinformation to gain traction was a supposed screenshot of an Instagram profile belonging to Crooks. The profile's bio read, "Praise the Lord, in my quest to end Epstein's evil empire, PA born and bred." This alarming message quickly went viral, leading many to believe that Crooks was deeply entrenched in conspiracy theories surrounding Jeffrey Epstein. However, this account was soon debunked by Meta, the parent company of Instagram. A Meta spokesperson confirmed that the account was a fake, created by an ex-user who had previously pretended to be Crooks. The account was promptly removed for violating Meta's policies against copycat accounts. Despite this clarification, the damage was already done. The fake Instagram profile had been shared and discussed widely, fueling further speculation about Crooks' motives and affiliations. Social media users were quick to draw connections between Crooks and various conspiracy theory groups, even though there was no concrete evidence to support these claims. Adding to the confusion was the activity of the ex-user at poopy_tool_fan, who had a history of trolling social media and making posts claiming to be Crooks. This user, who previously went by the username at Jewgazing, posted a photo and video after the assassination attempt that were misrepresented to claim they showed Crooks. Fact-checkers worked tirelessly to debunk these claims, but the misleading posts had already spread like wildfire across social media platforms. There was a significant lack of verified information about Crooks' actual social media activities. This absence led to rampant speculation and conspiracy theories, with some users even suggesting that Crooks had no social media presence at all, or that his accounts had been swiftly taken down by social media companies in the wake of the shooting. The FBI's investigation into Crook's online activities revealed that he did have a presence on the social media platform Discord. However, the company reported that Crook's account was rarely utilized, and there was no evidence that it was used to plan the shooting, promote violence, or discuss his political views. One of the few confirmed social media accounts belonging to Crooks was on Discord, a platform primarily used by gamers but also frequented by various online communities. According to Discord, Crook's account was rarely utilized, and there was no evidence that it was used to plan the shooting, promote violence, or discuss his political views. This revelation suggested that Crooks may have been more of a passive consumer of content rather than an active participant in online discussions. Despite the limited activity on his Discord account, investigators found that Crooks had joined several servers that were known for discussing conspiracy theories and extremist ideologies. These servers often featured content related to various unfounded theories, including those surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, government corruption. While there was no direct evidence linking Crooks to specific posts or discussions, his membership in these servers indicated a potential exposure to radical ideas. In addition to Discord, Crooks' browsing history and online behavior pointed to a pattern of consuming content from fringe websites and forums. These platforms, often operating on the dark web or in less regulated corners of the internet, are notorious for spreading conspiracy theories and extremist propaganda. Crooks' frequent visits to these sites suggest that he was seeking out information that aligned with his growing disillusionment and radical beliefs. One particularly disturbing aspect of Crooks' online activities was his apparent fascination with conspiracy theories involving Jeffrey Epstein. While the fake Instagram account claiming to belong to Crooks was debunked, the reference to ending Epstein's evil empire was not entirely unfounded. Investigators found that Crooks had bookmarked several articles and videos that propagated the theory that Epstein was part of a larger, sinister network. These materials often painted a picture of a hidden cabal controlling global events, a narrative that can be dangerously compelling to those already predisposed to distrust authority. Crooks' engagement with this content was not limited to passive consumption. On several occasions, he shared links to these conspiracy theories with a small circle of online acquaintances. These interactions, though infrequent, revealed a young man who was increasingly convinced of the validity of these radical ideas. However, there was no evidence that Crooks explicitly discussed any plans for violence or expressed intentions to act on these beliefs. The FBI's investigation also uncovered that Crooks had a history of watching videos on platforms like YouTube and BitChute, which are known for hosting content that can range from mainstream to highly controversial. His viewing history included a mix of political commentary, conspiracy theory documentaries, and videos from extremist influencers. This diverse array of content suggests that Crooks was not only consuming information, but also seeking validation for his growing radicalization. Despite the extensive investigation, many questions about Crooks' social media activities remain unanswered. The lack of direct communication about his plans and the limited use of his confirmed accounts make it difficult to piece together a complete picture of his motivations. However, the content he engaged with and the online communities he was a part of provide crucial insights into the factors that may have influenced his actions. Next, we look at some conspiracy theories surrounding the shooting that came out about Crooks. Conspiracy theories surrounding the shooting. It is now known that Crooks once threatened to shoot at a school but did not carry out his threat. What if this was the person he always was? A shooter who had not found his perfect target, and when Trump came to town, he found it. In 2019, Bethel Park High School in Pennsylvania became the epicenter of a chilling threat that would later be seen as a precursor to a national tragedy. Thomas Matthew Crooks, then just 15 years old, made an alarming threat that sent shockwaves through the school community. Using anonymous online platforms set up by the school for students to report concerns, Crooks posted a message that read, "Don't come to school tomorrow," accompanied by a sinister warning about bombs being placed in the cafeteria bathrooms. The reaction among the students was immediate and palpable. Fear and uncertainty gripped the school as word of the threat spread like wildfire. Vincent Tormina, a former classmate of Crooks, recalled the atmosphere of dread that enveloped the school. "Half of us just didn't come to school the next day." "I didn't," Tormina said. The message was enough to keep dozens of students home, as parents and students alike grappled with the potential danger. Despite the gravity of the situation, the school officials dismissed the threat as a prank. They did not take significant action against Crooks or his friend group, who were quickly identified as the source of the threat. The incident was glossed over, and life at Bethel Park High School returned to a semblance of normalcy. However, the fear and anxiety that the threat had instilled in the students lingered. The dismissal of the threat by school officials would later be scrutinized in the wake of Crooks's subsequent actions. The parallels between the high school threat and the later assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump Trump were too striking to ignore. Crooks dedicated himself to perfecting his shooting skills. He joined a gun club and spent countless hours practicing at the Clairton Sportsman's Club. This was not a casual hobby. It was a calculated effort to hone his abilities for a specific purpose. The parallels to his earlier interest in the rifle team at high school are striking. Denied a spot on the team, Crooks took it upon himself to develop his skills, driven by a sense of grievance and a desire to prove himself. Another conspiracy theory and mystery about Crooks was his obsession with political figures. In the wake of the attempted assassination, the FBI launched an extensive investigation into Thomas Matthew Crooks' motives. Agents scoured his home, computer, and phone, searching for clues that might explain what drove him to such a violent act. What they found painted a complex and disturbing picture. Crooks' devices revealed a deep and unsettling obsession with high-profile government officials. His phone contained numerous photos of former President Donald Trump, current President Joe Biden, Attorney General Merrick Garland, and FBI Director Chris Wray. Investigators also discovered that Crooks had meticulously tracked the public appearances of these officials, looking up dates for the Democratic National Convention and Trump's campaign events. In addition to his political fixation, Crooks had searched for information about major depressive disorder. According to 3 people familiar with the investigation, he had looked up symptoms and treatments for the disorder, though it remains unclear whether he was ever formally diagnosed. Media outlets have played a crucial role in shaping the narrative around the footage. The extensive coverage has brought the incident to the forefront of public consciousness, with experts and analysts weighing in on its implications. The role of the media in covering such sensitive topics has come under scrutiny, with some arguing that sensationalism and misinformation can exacerbate tensions and fuel conspiracy theories. Experts have warned that the footage could have far-reaching implications for the upcoming election. For Trump's supporters, the video may reinforce their belief in his resilience and determination, potentially galvanizing his base. For his detractors, the footage serves as a reminder of the divisive and volatile nature of his political career. This polarization could influence voter behavior and shape the political landscape in the months leading up to the election. The coming weeks and months will reveal how this footage shapes the future of American politics and the ongoing investigation into the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. If you enjoyed this video, click on any of the cards displayed on your screen for more.